place them into institutions because they didn't have enough money or any situation that makes it impossible to take care of them, but they still have families. So our social workers worked really hard on trying to find again the direct family, and then to try to solve the problems, why this separation happened. And that's why again it's very important to work with families. A lot of organizations work with children, but if you want to work with children, you need to work with their parents to achieve anything. Well, we cannot, because it's true, in some cases it's not possible to reintegrate into direct families, either extended families. So we have a program of foster care placement, and that means that we have social workers that identify Cambodian families to take care of children, either on a short-term period or long-term, to take care of them. But to be honest, we don't have enough. We have more Cambodian families who are ready to take care of children than children that are available to be placed in foster care families, because we are, and our social workers are working hard to look for the real family. So this is one way. The other way, in terms of, you were asking if there's international parents who are supporting. We don't do this kind of, I don't know how to call it in English, parrainage, like where you pay sponsorship. So we don't have a sponsorship program. We have our funding are more from private donors or global institutions. So we don't have sponsorship programs. I hope it answers your question.
My name is Marianne, and I'm a PhD student who's doing research in Cambodia on migration there. So I was really curious if you could talk about the community network that you have in Thailand and how that works and how it's utilized by youth and what Friends is doing in respect there, or if there are other organizations that you know of doing work with Cambodian youth actually in Thailand.
So the community started in 2009. To be honest, it's more difficult in Thailand because people are not used to be contacted by NGOs to protect people. And in Cambodia, I think every single villager has been contacted by an NGO for any kind of program. In Thailand, it's not the case. So it's more difficult to raise awareness and to explain them the role they can play. So in Bangkok, what happened is that on main big streets like Sukhumvit, and I don't remember all of them, but on main big streets where a lot of Cambodian children are begging, we train street vendors, again, to identify the situation and to be able to either take action, that means stop someone beating up a child, for example, or provide information, provide our Friends International hotline number, for example, that is in all languages, Burmese, Lao, and Cambodian and Thai. To also call the police if there is a very important situation. So these are what our community network is doing in Bangkok. And we're starting now this community network in Aranya Pratet. Same, in Aranya Pratet, two main issues. It's the border close to Phuket. First is street working children, child labor. There are very, very young children working in this market. I don't know if you've ever been. Huge, really big. You can rent cars to travel into the market. It's really big. So there's many, many small children, young children that commute every day and work in the market in Aranya Pratet. And the second is Aranya Pratet is the main transit places before going to any other places in Thailand from Cambodia. So there we developed a safety, what we want is kind of a safety net. And so this community network, same, we are able to identify vulnerable situations for the children in the market, working in the market, but also to provide information to young people who are about to move to Thailand. And here I have an example of the IEC material we developed for international migration. So what are the risks of going to Thailand, and what are the safety ways you can go, and how you can prevent from risk?
คุณLucie. شكرا على تقابل النمو والنكاح.
Also, my name is Amy from Chadai, and my question was regarding after the reintegration. Has there been any long-term impact studies or research done or follow-up with the families if they're migrating again or if they're remaining safe in their community?
Yes, thank you. Well, over 3 years after reintegration, so that gives us kind of a good time for a longer overview of the support we provided and the reintegration. We don't have, and would love to have someone to do this for us, we don't have a very good picture of what happened after 3 years because it's huge. I mean, in 2009, just for Midtanan, which is the local organization we work with in Phnom Penh and that we support, they work with 19,000 individuals just in Phnom Penh. That means children, youth, and their families. So it's really a big job to be able to follow up what's going to happen after 3 years. And it is already a big job to follow up a placement very far down to Ratabon or to for 3 years. And hopefully, lucky us, we are working very closely with the Department of Social Affairs in many provinces, and they really help us to do the follow-up.
Interesting. My name is Elizabeth Williams, and I work in Poicat, West American Spirit. And I didn't catch the name of your partner there. I just wondered if you could talk a little bit more about what their name and what they're doing in Poicat. Thanks.
So our partner they have a center in Netland. They have one in Phnom Penh for disabled children and one in Poicat. They are working mainly with vulnerable children and also very closely with the Poicat Transit Center for all children who are repatriated from Thailand and considered as victims of trafficking, under 13 years old, I think, or 15, I can't remember. They have, they have an outreach team that goes in Poicat and now in Aranakratet with our team, in the Thai team. They also have a drop-in center there where children can join activities, non-formal education, life skills activities. They also have a center with remedial education for supporting and preparing re-entry in public schools. They have few vocational training. I think they have 2. One on sewing classes and one on water cleaning or something. Sorry. And they also have a rehabilitation center for those children who are repatriated from Thailand. They also have a lot of activities, circus activities for drug users, and to try to for them to quit from using drugs. So it's a very good local organization that is achieving a huge work. And as I said, also they choose a very difficult topic in sometimes with working with disabled children. And I have to say I'm very impressed by the work they are doing there.
Can you some you can some the place on the
I exactly, I have a 2, but for the time I already read one. On this slide of the demonstration, it says that it should prevent dogs to become street living and street working. But can you tell me how to prevent dogs to become street living and street working? As you also said that you cannot stop migration, especially illegal migration.
Well, I think this is the reason why children end up working or living on the street. Economical reasons, obviously, but also family problems, domestic violence, drug issue involving crimes and run away from their house. Illness of the parents that are not able to work anymore, one of the parents died, for example, and migration is also one cause